Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Aurea Mediocritus, where a bunch of obscenely introverted human beings sit around and play fantasy role-playing games. We'll do this every session where we go around and just introduce ourselves. I'll start. My name is Jeric, and I am the Dungeon Master, acting so far, the person in the seat, and to my left is...
Just as you take a bite.
Yeah.
Good timing.
What am I doing?
Just saying your name, just introducing yourself, who you're playing.
Oh,
Who the fuck are you?
my name's Brian, and I am playing Envy, the cleric.
Yas. And to his left.
I'm Kogan, I'm playing as Kogan.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm playing Bailiff. Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. We're here. We're totally
In it
with
to
it.
win it.
So yeah, here's Envy, here's Coven, here's Bailiff, and then to Jesse's left.
I am Angela, and I am playing Cinder, a elven monk.
And then finally,
Hello, I'm Ben. I'm playing Connor the Wizard.
the guy with the flaming
Whoop,
hands.
whoop.
What?
You're not a wizard. That
Guy
flaming
with the
hand
flaming
is just
hands.
an ailment.
What? He has an ailment?
It's just a really bad infection.
Yeah.
Yep, and with
He has
us
fire crotch, and he
today-
just, well, you can extrapolate from there.
guest starring, we have Mochi, the long-haired cat, Noodle, the long-haired cat, and two others that are
You fuck off.
fucking off somewhere. So,
That we didn't pay, so they gave
yeah.
up their gift spots.
Yep.
They're on strike.
Yep, they're on strike. They didn't like the creative direction, so.
They've decided to go in their own
All right.
direction. But there's no
Um,
ill will.
so
So you think. These are cats.
Till they shit
previously,
in your shoe.
the
Riley's
adventuring
very
party, the
Riley
players,
actually threw up in my shoe. So
the adventuring party, had converged in the town of Diamond Lake. A town that has probably seen better days in the past, but since the smelting and mining industry has boomed, the pollution around has caused its denizens to become sick, poverty-stricken, etc. The five of you have converged at the behest of one named Alistan and his mentor, or his apprentice, Connor, who has hired the group of you to explore the Whispering Cairn. As you delved into this ancient ruin, you found many traps, treasures, historical information, etc. And where we picked up last time, you had just began to bypass some treacherous brown mold. Cinder, using her stance of the water and her cold, beat back the brown mold, allowing you to pass it, in which you found a large, almost boulder-sized black egg, which turned out to be an inert elemental.
Not for long.
Not for long. Quickly defeated. Inside that chamber was an unfinished statue of a warrior, which you found an intricately carved staff, part of the statue, not a separate thing. It's part of the statue. Intricately
That's
carved
confirmed
staff.
many times.
Yeah. Connor recognized it as a real-life depiction of the Rod of Seven Parts, completed in its entirety. Very few people in the world can say that they have seen even an illustration of what that would have looked like. Oh. Strange goop and water found in two respective fountains in this chamber turned out to be goop of nourishment and water of quenching.
That's the technical term.
Yep, goop of nourishment.
You can find it.
You can write that down
Yeah?
in your inventory.
It's already done.
Sure, it's like batter of plenty or something stupid thing like that.
So, climbing out of the broken elevator shaft, the group explored the Blue Lantern Hole and discovered its... That's what I'm going to call it. Where they discovered...
I'm not confused with the one on the west side.
They discovered a screaming face, scintillating with multicolors, and having gotten a little too close, Valeth had triggered some sort of trap, in which the light turned red, blew her, and what would have been Cinder off of this ledge, but Cinder, with her special I'm a dope monk ability, stopped herself from falling, and every precaution taken, you were completely fine. So it became clear that the chamber of the 7 lanterns, one, which was red, was missing, has to be found in order to bypass that sort of trap.
It got crushed.
Yeah, exploring the indigo light turns out to be a trapped elevator in which Valeth nearly lost her legs. It was very dramatic, very satisfying for me. And having explored the Green Lantern elevator, seemed to be a little janky at first, a little touch and go, but full of bugs, full of centipedes. Eventually discovered just full of fire beetles and other such twitchous things. Twitchous. Yes, you navigated into a chamber which had 8 raised stone daises which appeared like beds, and at the end of which was a large clay statue of one of these strange bald figures. You keep seeing these around. This ancient race of beings.
I'm just gonna call them the architects, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
much easier to say.
The architects, yeah.
I can never remember their actual name. I know it's VR. I keep wanting to say Viari,
Well,
but that's a character.
you haven't confirmed that these are the Veati, but if you're talking about
We're inclined to believe that that's the case, but for right now, we're just gonna say the architects.
yeah, the architects of the
Well, Cinder's decided that they are. But
sure. Animated and in a very ancient, broken primordial, something along the line of Master Who, and Cinder answering correctly gave the name of Icosiel, and it seemed to assuage it and set it to ease. But Valeth, entering the strange bedroom, felt unnaturally tired, became very, very lethargic, and took a point of exhaustion. But a corpse was found on top of one of these raised stone beds, which was wearing a deep crimson leather armor, which was identified as being magical. And the corpse also had a silver ring with 3 stylized dots, identified as a symbol of the Hallowed, which Connor knows a little bit about.
evil necromancers.
Sure.
Not maybe not entirely evil.
Would identify as this friend of these people.
And as the last meeting came to a close, a little bit of Valeth's past was revealed as something to do with the Red Death. Perhaps she was an assassin in the past.
Blame it on the exhaustion.
You can do that.
You believed me when I said I was kidding.
Doesn't
And-
mean that he's not an inkling in the back of his mind.
That's where we leave off.
I'm oblivious.
Yeah.
And
no idea you
so
got
we
referred
come
yet.
to, in the darkness of this ancient dungeon, the only real light from Coben's torch, or torches now, he's lit a couple. The rest of you are faced with,
I'm gonna really
The
laugh
decision.
when he runs out of torches.
I have a question.
yeah,
Oh, once we're like fully in love.
that was more or less lit.
Fire beetles.
Yeah,
Tell me more about them.
They can. They
What do I know?
roll a nature check.
Okay.
You did overhear us talking about them having the alchemical ability to create alchemist fire.
Yep.
So that with my 7 intelligence.
So these
Nature.
particular ones you do know from, I think, Connor or somebody else. These, the ones that you fought, are actually bombardier beetles. So there are fire beetles and bombardiers, but roll a nature check. How you
I
doing?
did.
What'd you get?
I got a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Well, you don't really know the difference between a bombardier beetle or a giant fire beetle. But Connor would know that bombardier beetles excrete a liquid that catches flame and can melt features, such as you found in the previous chambers. Giant fire beetles tend to just breathe spurts of fire and they're less dangerous.
So, like, if I wanted to bottle or extract, is there anything? I guess I'm looking at it from a poisoner's perspective. Is there any benefit, like, to taking the fire gland from these dead beetles, or harvesting some of these larvae?
Make an intelligence check with your poisoner's proficiency. So a proficient intelligence check.
Those babies are protected by the monastery.
Ooh, that's much better. That's what was my proficiency? Shit.
Could she do it with advantage?
I got an 18
Shoot
plus.
Oh.
What the fuck my proficiency is? So 20.
20?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
You have to be proficient too to give advantage.
You don't think that there's any poisonous application other than you can maybe create a paste to make somebody sick, but there's nothing really
Right.
poisoners from a poisoner
I
standpoint.
think she would.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Maybe for the future though.
So you recall that the bombardier's nest is to the east, and you pretty much destroyed all of the adults that you've seen in the area, and all that's left is kind of a writhing orange mass of larvae,
Which are protected.
which are apparently protected, yes, which you've left alone. And to the west was the room with the raised dais, the bed, and or the beds, and then the statue. But to the north, you do remember seeing the steps down into what looks like a completely flooded area of the dungeon, and that's really your only direction to go. Yes.
I'm gonna remove that body of one of those bombardier beetle bodies from the nest.
Okay.
Why don't eat them?
So you go over there and pull out the body, and
I guess don't need to. They're living in a fountain of nourishment, right?
yeah. It's the exact same kind of fountain as you saw before. The
Don't
book
want to
of
eat this
nourishment.
one.
I'm gonna take a nap.
So yeah, as you kind of
You already took a nap.
I'm still exhausted.
Uh-huh.
you
So
sure
I'm taking
are.
another nap.
Oh yeah, I guess I can get your guys' quote vitals. So Valeth, what are you at HP wise?
I'm at 15 out of 24 with 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, that's what I have. Envy?
It's loading up.
Okay. Kobin.
Should be full.
Okay. And Connor?
1 second.
I'm 29 out of 34.
Okay, that's what I have. And Cinder.
27 out of 33.
Okay. Connor? What was yours?
Thank you for thinking about that.
No. I just need your HP.
29 out of 32.
That was different. Okay, dokie.
I will switch into the stance of water.
Okay. So yeah, you have some options before you. Travel down into the north, into this flooded chamber. Head back up, take your chances elsewhere. You haven't found the Red Lantern.
Still not sure it's not in sarcophagus.
What do you guys do?
Fancy swim?
Yeah, Cinder's going to go up north, kind of towards the edge of the water.
Okay.
Yeah,
you pass 2 shallow alcoves, and there's nothing in there. What looked like stone pegs have been carved, or perhaps you could hang something, but they're empty
like
now.
banners or something.
Maybe. Clothing, maybe. Like
How
little coat racks.
deep is this water?
Well, it starts ankle, and it quickly fills the whole cavern. So
more than a 5-foot square.
What do you mean?
Like more than a volume of 5 feet. Like 5 by 5 by 5.
Oh, yeah. So what you're looking at from your perspective is...
I would light a torch.
Okay.
Or my lantern, rather. Just so I could see with detail.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is the steps. It begins with just kind of the slimy, slick steps, and it quickly descends into completely submerged water. So you're looking at like, well, way more than 5 by 5 foot cube of water.
More that the height, like depth wise, I have shaped water, so I could push 5 feet at a time out of the way.
Okay.
But if there's a depth of more than 2 squares, like further in,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I won't be able to move it.
Yeah. Yeah, with your eyesight and the help of the lantern, you can see that it goes about 15 feet down, and that water is probably 15, maybe even more high.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't look like there's any kind of pocket of air.
So at some point, it has a ceiling that then submerges the room completely.
Right. Yeah.
I start taking off my bag and stuff that, like, my armor's magical now, so that should be fine.
Yep.
For waterproofing, but...
So, mechanics-wise, if you don't have a natural swim speed, you'll move at half your speed. You can hold your breath up to your 1 minute plus your con mod at a minimum of 30 seconds. So if your constitution modifier is 1, you can hold your breath for 2 minutes. And at which point there is no save, you just start drowning. So
I have to think 2 minutes is still a long time. That's like 20
That's
turns.
a long time, yeah, that's
Yeah.
20 turns.
if combat were to break out underwater, if you are ever hit with an attack or take any kind of damage,
Sure.
you have to make a Constitution save, which is 10 or half the damage taken DC, or lose one of those minutes of breath. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what was that last part?
If you take any damage, then you need to make a DC 10 or half the damage
Positive,
taken,
or lose that. Okay.
or lose one of those minutes. So if you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, you get hit once. You can now hold it for 1 minute.
So
If you fail your con save.
Yeah.
Modifier for Constitution of +2, so 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Question.
Yep.
So, part of shaped water,
Mhm.
I can instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. Could I theoretically, if I was underwater, create a bubble of 5 feet around me that I would then just move with me? Though and technically I can do it twice and hold 2 of these spells. So I could do 10 feet
Okay.
of space.
How long does the spell last?
So it'd be something I'd have to... it's instantaneous
Okay.
that I move it. So I think I'd probably have to cast it, walk into that 5 foot, cast the second one, walk into that 5 foot, let go of the one behind me, and do like that.
Because you can't move it, right?
Yeah, I can't move it. It's more that I could create one and I can have 2 of these effects going at a time.
Okay.
Is it a cantrip, or...?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
thank goodness.
It's an ability that simulates this cantrip, because I don't do magic, but it's not magic.
Yeah. It's cheap.
It's cheese. What?
Cheese.
I'm a wine elf.
So you see Valith, dark circles under her eyes, just start taking off her, water sensitive stuff. Which isn't a lot, but it's her backpack that has her rations and shit like that.
Yeah.
She still keeps a couple of daggers, but leaves the rest with Connor.
Okay.
And gets ready to go in the water.
Okay. Is anybody else?
Well, I'm waiting to find out if I can do that or not.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Yeah, whatever 5 foot square or area that you choose, you can change the flow in that area to where it would become air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you couldn't, quote, move it around.
No.
But, yeah, you could create a 5 foot cube air pocket.
And then, because my thought is, since I can have two of these going simultaneously, I could then create one in front of me, go into that one, let the one behind me drop, cast it again.
Yeah, what's the name of the ability that gives you...
Shaped water.
Yeah, but what's the...
Oh,
the actual class feature?
The class feature, it's part of my stance of water.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to how many times you can
It's
do it?
Water's Embrace. No, it's you cast the Shape Water cantrip.
Oh.
It's a cantrip. It takes one action
Okay.
to cast.
Yeah, I don't...
Basically, you can just manipulate water.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's limited.
It might make you slower because it takes your action. You won't have as much speed, but you're faster.
No, I can
anyways,
I can move 5 feet at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, it makes sense. If you can clear a 5 foot cube of area, then you just sit there and then cast it again in a new area. You're very slowly
moving along, but yeah.
And if anything, it might be a good, like, emergency. Somebody's drowning. Create an area.
Yeah, because it's instantaneous. It's not. Let me just double check. I don't think it's concentration.
No, I looked at. Oops, and I didn't see that it was concentration. No.
I mean, I feel like the instantaneous effect should be concentration, because if I'm holding the water back. The other ones last for an hour. The other effects, I'll say, last for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And the movement and the change of flow doesn't say how long it lasts. It just says you move it or you shift the flow, which suggests that you just do it, and it just is that way now.
Yeah.
But eventually, the water is going to flow back in.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would have to be a concentration, like that you concentrate on it. And you can have two of these effects going. But, like, if I took damage, I would have to roll a concentration check. Versus the water flowing all back in.
Yeah. Because, I mean, by nature of the spell, Shape Water doesn't say explicitly that you can move water out of an area. It just changes the flow of the water.
Yeah.
So we'll just modify it a little bit.
Well, it says instantaneous move.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain, like, when you're underwater.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say we're just going to modify a little bit and just say that just make it concentration for what you're doing, because you would have to concentrate to keep the water out, continuing the concentration up to an hour, like every other effect. So yeah, we'll just do that. I'm sure nothing bad can happen.
No. So I would look at the group then. I can manipulate the water in a limited capacity. I can move it away from me.
Just you?
Just me.
Huh. Okay. I mean, so do you want to go by yourself? Do you want me to swim alongside you and I can just like pop my head in and be like, "What's up? There's some air here."
If you want.
I mean, no, I don't want, but
I
don't relish you going by yourself either. So far, that hasn't gone well for us.
We're still alive.
You know what? That's a really good point. Maybe it's gone really well for us. Go for it.
I do.
Oh no.
Oh damn.
You chipped it?
Oh no, it just hurt my tooth really bad. It was a really hard piece. Anyway, sorry for that audio too, by the way.
Click.
I can go by myself.
Alright, we need like safe word.
I don't think you'll hear me. I'll be underwater.
Yeah, no, I know, but you know, something adjacent.
Would you want a light?
Does your Coben? Does your armor give
I don't
you
need a
disadvantage on stealth? Okay.
One.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, actually that's a great idea, Envy. Why don't you take like a lantern or a torch, and then if it goes out, we'll know that you've been submerged in water.
We know that you've been ate.
And we will come swimming after you.
Well, no,
Or
I,
we will at least mourn your passing.
oh no, I just cast light on something and like stow it away if it's like
That
in
would
danger.
work better. A flame would eat some of the oxygen.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
That's a Connor response. I don't do the smarts.
Yeah, so I want to
Mm,
grab something around that's small and cast light on it.
Okay. Yeah, you take one of the more rusted pythons from the dungeoneering kit that you found, and you cast light on it, and now you have a 20-foot light.
Wait,
Nice.
So I'm gonna cast the light on you.
So, so if there's like any trouble or something, we see the light go away, then something's-
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know how far the light will travel underwater.
Seems like a Connor question.
Yeah, right? Connor? Where are you, Connor? Are you done playing with the bugs?
Yes.
How far will the light travel underwater?
Make an intelligence check. Or nature if you're
will
proficient.
make me more noticeable
That's kind of the point.
to other things.
Oh.
I doubt there's. I'm sure there's something living in that water.
Maybe we do the opposite, like you keep it on you and you keep it hidden, and then if there's an emergency, you pull it out.
I could do that. You won't see it
Would this be Arcana? Because it's
because the
Okay.
because the
spell.
hallway bends.
No,
How about a rope?
just physics in general.
We have this extra rope now. You could take the rope, and then at least it'll give us that many feet, and you can pull on it if you need us to come. And it
you're-
won't cast light.
You look at the water, and it doesn't look too cloudy, but it will. You think it definitely will limit some of the light. So mechanically,
Is this like a giant tub of acid?
mechanically,
even
the
try to
light
touch it.
will be halved.
It's actually a gelatinous cube.
So
I'll know right away as soon as I try to shape it.
The light will be half as effective.
Okay. Well, I think we've come up with an alternative. I think the rope is actually a good idea. What do you think? And if you need us, you pull. And you pull twice for panic, one for end of rope.
Alright.
Okay.
I hand you my rope.
And that way, if it's the end of the rope, I will tug back once I've reattached another rope
you have the
to
glowing,
give you more space.
the glowing python. That you're keeping.
No, I just kind of set it on the ground.
We have it, but now we're not using it.
Well, actually, I never really took it from Envy. She offered it, and then I pointed out that then everything would be able to see me.
Okay, so you're gonna go in dark.
Yeah, I can see in the dark. So I will just talk to them out.
All right. So
Alright, so I will first attempt to part the water to make sure it is actually water.
yeah. So you reach out into that elemental connection, and the water begins to kind of retreat from you as your command,
That's really cool.
and it just kind of like a mini Moses effect, just kind of parts.
Yeah, and she walks down into it, and she'll just continue to kind of Avatar style weave.
I'm holding the rope at the edge.
Yeah. So the water is surprisingly cold, and you have to kind of take a moment to not gasp before you completely submerge as you begin to walk down these steps, avoiding slipping. And eventually you are in total darkness. I need to adjust your vision.
Yeah.
for a total of
21.
natural 21. Valeth.
6.
Which one of you and you and Connor are gonna go first?
Probably me. I would say I'm
So
more dexterous.
since they don't really know what's going on, let's see. Let's see.
I sure don't. 'Cause I sure didn't tug on that rope.
Sure didn't.
Sure didn't.
I was investigating.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
I'm realizing Cinder doesn't work well in a team. She's not a team player.
Well, maybe we just cut the rope and go then.
Good.
So a somewhat amorphous but very much so humanoid hand made out of water reaches in through your space and attempts to grab you. But it misses you as you redirect the flow in order to protect yourself. You suddenly get the notion as this hand is like reaching through. You can't see the rest of it, but you could definitely see the hand, that it is connected to a much larger being.
And the hand is made of water.
Pure water. Yep. And so then with that, it is your turn.
Oh, Falcon is right next to me.
Yep.
That's fine. I'm going to use my action to create another air bubble behind me.
Okay.
And then I will spend a key point as a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And move back one square into my air bubble.
Okay.
And that is all I can do.
Okay.
Run!
You've given them no indication?
I will.
I think it would be best to bring it.
I will hold my action
I'll have to add
perpetually,
take it. Okay.
like until
Something
some indication.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm that
so
close?
my
Oh.
action will always be held to
No, I had to add a token and then get
rush
rid of it
into the
first.
water to assist,
Okay.
or to start pulling her out of the water.
I didn't realize how close to them I was, but yeah.
Yeah, now you're only 30 feet away, but you were only 35 feet in.
Yeah.
Koba, do you want to do anything? You've been given no indication that anything's wrong.
Just chill.
Okay. Same with Envy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the impression that Cinder's very well capable. So
Yeah, that's fair.
And we came up with a plan.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that a 13 does not hit you.
Sure don't.
So another hand, the same maybe, reaches through your airspace and tries to grab you. Keeps trying to grab you, and it's missing. And it's your turn.
Okay. I don't want to spend another key point. We'll use my action to create. Well, actually, I don't need to. I mean, I could just swim through the freaking water. I will take a bonus action
Okay.
to tell it in primordial.
Okay. Speaking as a free action.
Okay. We are not your enemies. And then I will use my action to disengage,
Okay.
and I will swim back 30 feet.
Okay.
Or, what's half my movement, so 20 feet.
Okay. So 5, 10.
And I will
15.
tug twice on the rope.
Okay. So 20 would get you there. You're actually coming out of the water.
Yeah. As I pull on the rope. You feel a tug on the rope, and you see Cinder swim back.
So make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Do you happen to speak Aquan as well as Primordial?
It doesn't give you those options, it just gives you primordial as a blanket language.
Okay.
Yeah,
So don't worry
so-
about it. Okay.
Yeah. Like you can't even select them in D&D Beyond
Let's do
because
it.
they got rid of them.
Yeah.
In
Persuasion.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah, whatever semblance of a face this thing has, you didn't see it. It didn't seem to. It just reached for you. Aggressively, but it just reached for you.
Okay.
So we will say that you are actually here.
Okay.
And you're out of the
Yeah.
water.
So I emerge from the water. There's certainly something. It being of force or water.
Oh,
Force.
Interesting.
Hearing that and seeing the drenched
I say some
form,
more detailed word in Elven because I'm trying to figure out what the word is.
you see the drenched form of your compatriot come out and say this. It is your turn, Connor. You don't see anything.
Did it attack you?
It did attempt to grab me.
Well, I guess we should wait for it and defend ourselves if necessary.
Okay. Do you want to take a move?
Nope.
Okay. Valeth?
I'm going to take a moment to step back into one of those alcoves.
They're
And
not
try.
quite large enough for you to fit.
Okay,
They're like
back
2 feet
into
deep.
the hallway where I can fit and hide.
Okay, so there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
And prepare an attack.
30 right there.
You don't even know what you're
Hide.
hiding from.
I don't, but that's why I survived.
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage because you are
Yep.
exhausted.
I sure am.
Cause why?
Who's
She's
exhausted?
exhausted.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that sucks. Still at 11.
Okay,
Not that that's great, but
cool. Yeah, near the end of this turn, you kind of realize that your lantern's still lit, and that probably didn't help you. But Coben, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna take a step back and hold an
very
action.
tired.
Step back.
Yeah, one tile back and just hold an attack.
Okay, so you're gonna hold an attack if something gets within melee to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Something aggressive.
yeah, something.
Yours.
Something. Connor's back, so we just kill him. No. All right. And
Yeah, I'm holding my action, just for the record.
I'm gonna wait right there. I'm not gonna back up. I ain't afraid of nothing.
okay.
Afraid no ghost?
Let's see. We can add. Holding your action. Holding your action. You just stay right there.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you hold an action?
No, because I don't know if it's gonna actually be aggressive.
Okay. Do you want to take the dodge action? So the
Yeah.
attacks against you have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take the dodge action. Dodge. Alright. There is a moment of quiet until the water suddenly just erupts and a humanoid-ish, amorphous kind of figure bursts from the water and with 2 hands tries to grapple Cinder. This one might actually hit. 19.
That does hit.
Yes. So the force of the slam. I rolled the max damage.
Oh!
So the force of the grab, the slam alone does 21 points of bludgeoning.
Jesus Christ.
Are you still alive?
As you are now considered grappled.
Hmm?
And you are ripped forcibly from the steps and beginning to be pulled.
Grapple.
Do I have a moment to take a breath?
Yeah, we'll say that you have a
Before I
moment
go
to
underwater.
take a breath, yeah. So let's see, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yep. And you see Cinder just disappear into the black water. That's
So I did it for
unfortunate.
you.
So how long can you hold your breath?
3 minutes.
Okay. Cinder, it's your turn. You're grappled. You feel the force of this thing, and it feels just like water, but like riptides of current taking form and just crushing you.
Do I have disadvantage on attacks against it?
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna
However, what kind of attacks, I should say?
punching it, headbutting it.
Just like a physical
Says I
attack.
can punch, kick, headbutt, or use similar forceful blows
Okay.
for an unarmed strike, basically.
Yeah. You're in the stance of water right now.
I am, but I do either bludgeon. I can choose to do cold damage if I want to, or otherwise I just do bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, the force of the water around you and how fast you're moving, you're going to have disadvantage. Unless you have a spear or a javelin or a trident or some sort of quote-unquote
staff.
aquatic weapon. Yeah, if you were to jab out with it, particularly like a spear, so it's more aerodynamic. But I was going to say, you're kind of like, you're using your hands,
What if I do
and you're
knife
in the
pose?
stance of
Do
like
knife. Do knife.
water.
Knife hand.
Yeah. I'd say no. I'd say that you're fine.
Okay, I don't have disadvantage.
No, you know.
Okay. I will knife hand it. I will use cutting leaf pose.
Cutting. Well documented.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll the hit.
First one. Oh my god, these things are just like killing me today. And they land on one and then it just
No.
at the last minute. 13.
13 hits.
Oh, it does it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In that
Big
case,
target.
6 points of damage, but I'm going to spend a key point to hit 2 more times.
Okay.
Pop, pop, pop.
That was a 10 and then a dirty 20.
10 and a dirty 20. Dirty 20 hits. For some reason, the recording keeps changing its screen, and it kept going back to starting soon. So, apologies, the game screen keeps flipping back and forth, but I'll figure that out.
5 additional points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of
pokey damage or whatever.
bludgeon. I know why it's doing it. I was using the okay. It's my fault.
Oh. Fuck me. Well,
It's trying.
It's certainly trying. Yeah. And you're still grappled, so that means that your speed's 0.
I made an error in my personality, but it's fine.
Remind me, is the rope tied to you?
No, I was holding it.
Oh, you were just holding it?
Okay, are you still holding
Oh, I
it?
thought it was
No.
like tied to you.
Oh, and you don't have it now?
I had it up until I would have had to let go in order to knife stab it.
Oh,
I
sure.
assume.
Bummer. Okay.
We'll see.
I thought it was
50%.
tied to you.
There's 50% chance that you would have dropped it.
Okay.
So
Well-
51 or higher, you don't have it.
Okay.
I got a 65, so you dropped it.
Okay.
So you see the rope from around the corner that you're still holding. You see the rope just kind of go slack.
I'm dead. I'm
Could
gonna
be.
switch to physical dice because D&D Beyond hates me at the moment. And I hate it for hating me.
Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see, that was my have no move, that was my bonus action. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, Connor, it's your turn. You see this rope go slack. The water just erupted suddenly. You see Cinder drag, the rope goes slack. The water's beginning to kind of still. But you see a flurry of activity just 30
And
feet
blood.
ahead of you.
Blood just from the 21 points of damage that I took.
Max
Your
damage.
Ribs were broken.
Cool. You're gonna fall off,
Super
bud.
cool.
You're really gonna fall off this chair into the garbage. I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Do I have to make a Constitution save?
Yes. Sorry, you do. You need to. Thank you. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, I wasn't gonna do it. I roll already. 14.
Okay. Yep. You
Okay.
continue to hold your breath. You still have your 3 minutes.
Oh, well, I meant for taking over half my health and damage in a single blow.
What's your total health?
33.
It's your total health.
Oh, taking over your total?
Yeah, your total max.
Oh, 33. I'm fine then.
Yeah.
I thought it was taking over half.
Yeah,
No.
you roll for it.
Yeah, you made her roll for half last meeting.
Did I?
Yeah.
That's why I was really confused and we were all like, what?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was all your full
your HP max. So yeah, you would still need to. Yeah, you need to make another con save then. One for holding your breath, and then
one for taking half my health's worth of damage.
Yeah, half your max HPs in
Okay.
one attack. Yeah. Or else you fall unconscious.
18.
18. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still.
And I rolled on there again. Okay, well, maybe I just needed to get out the thread of my book.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
my discipline.
So it shapes up.
I'm gonna cast
About to go dead anyway.
Mirror Image.
Okay. One of those more left.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna put a little target on you, even though that's not quite the same effect, but so multiple little mirages of you kind of pop up and around and could begin to move on their own. So that was your action.
Yes. And I'm gonna go into the water.
Okay.
Drag her back.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Thanks, buddy.
So here's 30. So you submerge. And I'm not going to edit your vision, but you can just see her, and you've used your action, and that's pretty much the end of your turn, unless you have anything else you can do. So you get there, and you actually see nothing. You just see her floating in mid-water,
Thrashing.
just thrashing. It's completely invisible to you.
Cool.
That will make it invisible.
Yeah.
I'm just having a seizure.
Yeah. Okay, that's the end of your turn.
You didn't know my medical history before this this.
Envy.
You weren't allowed to
Or not
ask.
Envy, sorry.
Should have checked.
Bailiff, it is
Not
your
allowed to
turn.
ask.
Yes. So, I am going to,
Skin employment laws.
seeing this happen,
Yep.
I'm going to look at Connor and say, grab
Connor.
the rope. And I'm going to...
Connor's underwater.
Huh?
Connor's
Or not
underwater.
Connor. I keep doing that. Coben, and say, grab the rope. And I am going to move, dash, and basically dive into the water, like jump dive,
Okay.
and wrap the rope around me and Cinder.
Okay. So here's 30, and you're gonna bonus action dash.
Yep.
10, 20. Okay, and then your action, you're gonna tie her.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her, and I've got the rope. Basically, I'm trying to like drag both of us out of the water.
She's gonna tie me to her.
Yep.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll either. Is gonna be your choice: a strength athletics check or an attack roll. Probably the attack, I would imagine.
Does the exhaustion cause disadvantage on attack rolls?
No.
Let's see how that now.
6. Yeah, you saw her like basically this thing like slammed her into the wall. Like, yeah.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Yeah.
dive in from above. This would be a 21.
Yeah.
Attack.
So yeah, you easily grapple her. You have her.
Okay.
And how long can you hold your breath?
My
Constitution.
is
I get to pick it up.
You can throw it to him.
I mean, yeah, I would have like been like grab the rope and toss it to you, and like an end of it, and like I'm pulling the rest of it with me.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes. All right, Coben, you have been told to grab the rope. With the whole nature of this, it's next to you. You can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Was it free
Then I'll
action?
pick it up.
Okay, so you have a wet rope.
Yeah. Then I guess I'll just fucking pull it.
All right, make a strength athletics check. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
Good question. I'm pretty small. I weigh 130.
130.
I think I wrote this incorrectly.
It's
there's
gonna take
90.
another one too.
90.
I was looking at my age.
What's your strength?
My strength?
Mhm.
16.
Okay.
Only Elves can get their
And
age
what was
messed
your
up
total
with
roll?
their weight.
6.
Yeah.
So you feel the rope just begin taut, and you feel like you're slowly being dragged. But this creature, well, let me roll an opposing. Yeah,
I kick it
this
in the
creature
donuts.
has her fast. Like Coben's not able to be pulling up anything. So I will say that is. I'd say that was your action. You have a bonus and a move left.
I mean,
Cast
if he
witch
moves
through the rope.
So now you're being held and squeezed, and you have a rope pulling at you.
Yeah, it's torn in like 2 different directions.
Well, technically, she's like we're both being squeezed. I imagine she's like got me like this, and then there's a rope around us, and I'm just like.
No.
No, fuck it. I use my action surge and pull again.
Okay. Yeah. Try again.
You can do it.
Oof, 13.
13.
Roll bad.
So you pull and you pull and you pull, and finally you feel a little bit of give as they're both pulled back 5 feet. And you come out of the water a bit. You're up to about your waist. You're still under, but you feel Valeth just death gripping you, and you feel yanked suddenly back.
I start to
and,
suffocate.
Can she breathe yet? Is she still underwater completely?
of course
I
she
can
can't
still hold my breath.
breathe. But
Well, I mean, like, that's what I'm asking. Is she still underwater completely?
yes, yeah. And that would be the end of your turn, unless you want to move. But are you
Yeah,
still
you
in the
still have
process
to
of
move.
pulling?
Ooh, can he move half his movement if he's dragging?
Or even a quarter since he's dragging so much weight?
You can move 15 feet, half your movement if you're dragging them back. It won't move them anymore. That's what the
Oh.
athletics
Oh,
check was
got it.
for.
Okay, never mind.
Nah, just stay.
Okay.
Pretty strong for a wizard.
Yeah, I mean, technically you could move while holding the rope
Heavy.
taut so you don't lose any, like, give if you
It
want
is
to
your
go in
turn.
either
I
direction.
guess I could move up like 1 tile or 2 tiles just to
Okay.
get a little bit
Yeah, so
closer.
you're just pulling and you're kind of pulling yourself along.
Okay,
And you guys are underwater, so.
I'm half out. I'm like, yes, keep pulling!
And the rope's wet.
I want to.
Yes. Yes.
I need a 20-foot cube.
Ooh. A cool.
Okay, hang on.
I'm gonna cast it far into the water.
Why?
Oh, 20 by 0.
Okay, what's going on here? Just all of it.
You're crazy.
Potentially not well.
And then it's gonna be shrouded in violet light.
Don't touch the keypad,
Violet.
Jeric.
Fucking drow.
Okay. You see from over here. Yeah, this is the edge of the creature. Did you say it's shedding light?
Yeah. Let's see. Any creature in the spell that casts is outlined in light. What if it fails? And it sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius.
What color?
Make it. Lions.
Cute.
I think you need to change your hotkeys.
Yep, I sure do. It keeps, yeah. I keep hitting the mute mic and then the screen switching and everything. It's pretty bad. So.
Like it would almost be like
It's gonna remove my hotkeys. Go ahead.
distracted me. Almost like a ball of violet light, but it explodes in little tiny like butterflies of like lunar pillar butterflies,
Okay.
and they kind of dissolve into a violet light that reveals the creatures.
I thought I heard you say make it violent. And I was like,
Oh, that could be too.
that's too late. Too late for that. It's already done.
So, with Cinder being taken out of its grasp, it is going to disappear behind that wall. Cinder, it is your turn. You're no longer grasped, but you were heavily injured and being... Well, I guess you were grappled by Bailiff, but I'm not
And I can't see it?
Nope. Disappeared. From your
Do we get an
perspective, this is
attack of
exactly what
opportunity?
you see. You would not have. She was too far away.
I am?
Yeah, because you were dragged 5 feet away from it.
But she was inside of it.
No, she wasn't.
No, I was right in front of it. Wasn't I still adjacent to it though?
Yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
I guess then.
And that lasts for 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
It's a concentration, but I'm concentrating on it.
Okay.
25.
Concentrating. 25. That hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. Yes.
Smack it in its ass. Runs away.
Smack it at its ass. Yeah, you feel.
Ooh, did you roll that with advantage?
Oh, I did not.
Oh no, you did not.
Still a 25.
Okay. Yeah, you feel as this creature kind of floods away from you, and that light catches your attention. Perfect opportunity presents itself, and you feel yourself doing your little what you call them?
Leaf knives?
Leaf knives.
No, leaf splitter.
Kind of piercing and
leaf
stabbing
splitter?
into this
Leaf
creature.
splitter.
Oh, leaf splitter, yes.
And although it is made of water, you actually feel like you've cut through part of it and dealt it a serious blow.
Oh, no, it's really white though.
For the rest of your turn, what would you like to do? Well, actually, sorry. Now it's your turn. Taking your attack. Good lord, pay attention.
I rolled a 19 to get out of my grapple.
Do you let her go?
Yeah, I mean, if she's.
No, I got out of it myself.
Sure. All right.
Like, even if I tried to hold on to her, I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she swims free of you.
I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
She's like a leaf on the wind, only
so
now like
dramatic.
In the water?
a leaf in the gutter.
She's like, get off me! It's like, I just saved your fucking life.
No, I just, like, disengaged from you. Fine.
All right.
And then I will move up onto... I will move over one and then up onto the stairs.
Like here, like out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And one more back.
All right. So that would be 5, 10.
Just in case it comes flying into water again.
25, 30. That was 30 feet.
My thanks.
Yeah.
Blood gushing down my head.
She doesn't look well. She looks pale.
It's like a wet cat.
Look like a wet elf. And that is my turn because I can do nothing else.
Okay. Connor, you're in the water. You saw the glowing,
Something in the water.
outlined purple creature flow around the corner and flee.
Yeah, I am also going to flee.
Okay. So it would help me if you just say like down 4, left 1, where are we gonna move? So where would you like to move?
I would like to go next to Cinder and kind of try and push my way past. Past Envy.
Okay. So here is let's see. Let me turn on my thing. This is, you were right here, so this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can't without taking a because she counts as difficult terrain.
Okay. I'm just gonna I'll wait. Just in case.
You'll wait there
Yeah.
where you're at.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold
'cause
an
I wanna-
action.
Yeah, I'll hold Firebolt.
Is mirror image concentration?
No.
Okay. Are you sure? I feel like we've been through one of these things is.
Yeah.
I think Blur is. Blur is mirror images because Vincent used to use both.
Okay. I'm just gonna check.
On my spell list,
You're
it
right.
says
You're
whether
right.
or not they are concentration.
That's
You're
the
right.
trick because if you have both of them, you're blurry 3 people.
3 blurry people.
can't hit me. Bet you can't hit me.
So you're gonna hold a firebolt.
Yes.
Okay.
I missed it.
Valeth, it is your turn. You're about half up to your waist.
So, like, is the goal to keep traversing this waterway? Great.
It's the only area we haven't explored.
Gonna keep going. I have the rope tied to me,
Okay, and Coben has a hold of
and
that
Cohen
rope.
has the other end of it.
Okay. So
So I'm gonna take my movement, which I know I can't move as far because of the rope, like water.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna move towards where it went.
okay. So as you move up, you can see the tail end of the light on either side because it glows 10 feet
Either side.
of the whole creature because it's a large creature. So you know that it went to the right. So here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would get you there for a move because you're swimming.
Can I peek around the corner?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Can't see anything because of the glowing giant beam.
That's with disadvantage 15.
15. Yeah, you clearly see. I'm just gonna pop you here so you can see it. It's right about there.
Okay.
You see it clearly outlined as well. Like you can see it very, very clearly. But that's your movement.
Okay. And is it just sitting there?
It's in the process of fleeing. This is all real time.
Okay. I am going to dash forward.
Dash.
Yeah,
Okay.
and attack.
5, 10, 15, 20,
With
If I-
advantage.
25, 30. Alright. And you have advantage, which gives you your sneak attack.
Yep. That's 17 to hit.
That hits.
Hell yeah.
And how long can you hold your breath?
3 minutes.
Okay.
So everybody's climbing out of the water, and Bayless is all like, "Yeah, I can do this."
Makes sense. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, sure, bud.
The only reason Cinder climbed out is because I'm.
She's definitely hurt. Yes.
Well, because I needed to be topped off.
So I got my sneak attack.
Roll that beetle bean footage.
So that's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus. Sorry. Wrong screen. 9. That's 12 points of damage.
12?
Yeah.
What weapon are you using?
My rapier.
Okay.
And then what?
So, with your rapier, you're having trouble getting just that right kind of momentum and strike underwater. So it would have been at disadvantage, but at normal because you had advantage.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have your sneak attack. But I will rewind like 3 seconds and say that you do know that a dagger would probably be more beneficial underwater as a weapon.
Okay.
So
Then I will take away 3 points,
Okay.
which was the rapier, and attack with my dagger instead. Because I have 2 daggers.
Okay.
So the sneak attack damage would still be in effect if I was using my dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave the sneak attack damage.
Yep.
Take away the 3 rapier.
Yep.
And reroll the damage, which is just 2
Okay.
for the first attack. And I don't get my second attack because I dashed. That's my turn.
Okay. It's an odd sensation being completely submerged and kind of floating because you're buoyant, but then tense and sinking at the same time.
I kind of dig it.
Yeah. Has Valeth ever been in a situation like this before?
Like this? No, but she has been in combat in some weird states of mind, so.
Sure. Yeah. Coben, Valeth just leaped in the water, and she's gone. What do you do? It's your turn.
I'll leap in the water.
You're holding her rope, though.
Shoot.
You can still leap in the water if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
So-
determines your hold breath?
1 minute plus your Constitution modifier. So whatever your con mod is.
Oh. I could hold it for 4 minutes then.
Cool.
I thought it was just.
So what is your con mod?
1.
So you can hold your breath for 2 minutes. So Cinder is difficult terrain, so there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Here's 25 feet right there. And that gives you about halfway into the water, about a little under your waist.
Yeah, not counting against your breath yet.
Yep. You'd have to take a dash action to get deeper in. And because you're wearing armor,
Ooh.
you're not slowed anymore, but if you had to make any kind of swim checks, you'd be a disadvantage. But you also don't float, so you actually can kind of walk. Yeah.
I probably can't see anything either because there's probably no light.
Actually, yeah, your torch would go out. Oop.
Okay.
Torch is gone. Let's take away the torch. Kind of buggy when it does that.
Maybe
Get
you
up.
dropped it instead. Okay.
Well, I mean, either way, he doesn't have it. We'll put it right here on the ground.
All of it.
Alright.
Yeah. You can still have your action, which you could dash with.
Isn't that Titan with light cast on it still lying around?
Yeah. Envy has it.
Yeah, Envy has it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. She might have dismissed it. Ah! No. No.
Excuse you.
I stopped petting her.
Wow.
She's in a mood today.
She's in a mood today, yeah.
She tried to grab my hand to pull it back, and I went bloop. And she got
Yeah,
mad
she's
about it.
being weird.
Yeah.
Just push her off. She's being
Say that.
if she's being annoying or rude. Okay, so we'll just say that the light. I'm not gonna mark it, but it's you guys can kind of see it's right there. You would have. I don't know. I imagine that you put your torch down, obviously, without. But You cannot see anything. You're in pitch
Yeah.
black water. Like you just see the surface of the water that's glinting off of the torchlight, and beyond that, you see a very pale bit of purple around the corner, both left and right. But that's it.
Oh, then I guess I'll just get out of the water.
Okay.
You better remember that you have the rope.
It's a very
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea.
Okay. Delete this. Put the torch. Do you still hold your torch at all?
Not if there's a light.
Well, that kind of was the light. That's
Yeah, but doesn't it?
But what about my light?
Yeah.
so. Who has the glowing pipe?
Envy does.
You do. Okay. So I'm gonna put the light on you. There you go. So you don't need the torch then.
No.
You're gonna. Okay. So that is what you see.
That you will give me some kind of sight if you actually did it.
So do you hold your action? What do you do?
Just hold my action to pull the rope if she does something with the rope. I don't know.
She's just claiming it.
I don't
Okay.
really know what to do. Or just hold
No,
like
that's a good
just
one.
hold pull or something.
Okay. So
The
if you
last thing I said to
feel
you was hold the rope.
that there's danger, you're gonna pull the rope and try to pull her back in. Okay. Envy, it's your turn.
Alright, I want
What'd you
to.
I'm just trying to forget Vale is in the water.
She
Yes,
is
Vale
not
is
only in the water, she is fighting bitches.
I want to reach for and kind of like make sure Cinder's like kind of like you don't look that well. So I'm going to.
Yeah, her capillaries in her eyes are burst from being squeezed. Her eyes are just red.
It's the worst
with
she's
blood.
ever looked.
But she still looks kind of good.
Yeah.
You kind of hate her for it.
So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds
I
and
know,
I'm
it's
going to
heavy.
heal her for 11.
11.
Yay! Health
Whoa.
points.
Woo!
Put you at 17, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, I hope he doesn't hit me.
You better hope
That'll
it
be my action.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't hit you too.
I might die, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that was your
Everyone
action?
keeps telling me
Yes,
how
and
character depth
then-
makes the story better, right?
Oh,
What?
and does Starlight do anything? I didn't roll initiative for him, but
No.
okay, I'm going to put him right behind you. But I will actually add him to combat just to remind me.
No.
Wow, you got a 21. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Just to remind me that he's there.
As a bonus action, I want to
Look
cast.
at me more pets.
Let's see, how many do I have?
You lost the privilege of being petted. Yeah, now you're a sad cat.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to do Twilight Sanctuary.
She's like, fine, I'm leaving then.
What does that do?
It's the one that a sphere of
Sit on
Twilight emanates from me.
What's the light radius?
30 foot radius and filled with dim light.
Okay, yeah, your python glows more than that, so that's the same kind of light. Okay, so describe that. Describe it well, and I may give you inspiration.
Let's see.
No, I'm just kidding.
I grabbed my amulet that has a symbol on it, and
What does that amulet
Of
look
shark.
Skip.
That's his other amulet.
No, not that one. Yeah, the other one. At first it's gonna be like a dim light, and then all of a sudden, like I hold it, and then like I move my hands outward, and then it's like almost like a starburst of like constellations around you, almost like a nebula type effect
Mhm.
that slowly fades into the dim light that would be spread around.
Mm-hmm. What does your amulet look like?
It is almost like a dark steel leaf designed amulet.
Okay.
Almost like a choker, but not really.
Okay. Cool.
And everyone that
Except for Mila.
Yeah,
She's not.
she doesn't ever count.
She's not special.
She's not smart. That's Connor's area.
just and then when anyone of my teammates end their turn there, they get temporary hit points.
Okay.
Oh, they have to end their turn?
Yes.
So a comforting presence begins to kind of envelop the area.
It's 30 feet, right?
You are not within 30 feet.
Are you sure?
No, actually.
Because I'm right on the other side of that wall.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Wow.
Is it obstructed by anything or just within 30 feet? Do they have to see the light? Like, are there any stipulations? Because you are within 30 feet.
No.
It just says the sphere is centered on you, the 30-foot radius, and it lasts for 1 minute. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn there, you can grant that creature one of these benefits.
Okay. So, in the darkness of this water, you are suddenly comforted by little pinpoints of starlight that kind of just envelop your vision out of nowhere. And you've seen this effect before, but it brings a sense of like peace and calm that you've never felt before, as if a presence is keeping an eye on you, has your back. Well, anyway, that's nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, and then I'm gonna grant myself some temporary hit points.
Okay, how many?
You have to end your turn.
I'm gonna get 6.
Cool. 6.
Temporary HP.
Nice. Alright, it is the creature's turn.
Ooh.
The creature!
But we don't know its name.
The blob.
It is a weird water thing, so I guess it's
Yeah.
close enough.
It's really weird.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. I can finally see.
Okay, so 15 points of bludgeoning damage. 1 first. What does that put you at?
0.
Okay, so that doesn't matter then. Alright. So you are also grappled.
I'm gonna be that person and just throw out there. I remember that you can't regain hit points while you can't breathe.
Nope. Yep.
I don't know about temporary hit points though.
So,
We'll see.
this would be the one the rope would thrash.
No, the there's an odd stillness to the rope. Your turn.
In my turn, I am going to dash.
Okay.
So 20 feet will take me right to that corner,
Alright, so
which is my move.
yeah, so there's 5, 10, 15. Here's 20 here.
Wait, no, it'd be 5, 10, 15. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
yeah. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. Then I will dash.
Although, I will say, if you would like to make an athletics check to jump in, I can make you go 5 feet further as you're diving into the water.
Wouldn't that be an acrobatics?
That's what I said. Didn't you say acrobatics?
I said athletics because it's a swim check.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, but you're jumping.
But you're also swimming.
Swimming is what? See, that's the problem with athletics and acrobatics.
Your ability to
Because,
dive.
like,
One, I can't do it all, and one I can do very, very well. So
I know, right?
Well, so the thing is, I feel like diving is a form of jumping. Like, once you get into the water, then it's athletics. But getting
Right.
into the water, I feel,
Right.
is acrobatics.
Acrobatics check. It's fine. Yeah. Because really, to me, they're both athleticism. So it's how you're athletic. So make me an acrobatics check.
okay, 16.
All right. Yeah. You dive gracefully into the water with nary a splash, and you get. Is that where you wanted to be?
Yeah, but I'm dashing, so I'm gonna move an additional 20 feet.
To the right.
Yes. Can I can't round that corner. Like, I can't move diagonal right there, right? Because there's a corner. Or I can't.
No, you have to go around it. Yeah. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20. So, but if you dash, you'd have your.
That was my dash.
Yeah, that was your dash. Yeah. But as you do round that
I don't
corner,
care about her. I want to see the creature.
I don't care about. Well,
I
you
can't
see
do anything
her
for her.
unconscious and grappled by this glowing creature.
You could at least pull the rope. But you forgot about the rope. You didn't even use it for yourself, so why would you use it?
I remembered about the rope. I just didn't use it. I just need to see the goddamn fucking creature.
With your perspective, go ahead and make a perception check because you're right there. So.
Right there.
And actually, you know what? I will give you this. It is glowing and outlined. You can see it.
Can I see? Does it have cover from me?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have one key point left.
Ooh.
One fucking key point left that I can do flurry of blows as my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can do. Oh, actually, I can't even do that. It doesn't matter. I have to take the attack action on my turn in order to spend that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Cool. So instead, I will use my key. I will have used my key point to do Step of the Wind, which would have allowed me to dash as bonus action, and then I will use my action to punch it.
Okay.
Well, punch it a single time. Or I can use my action to pull bailiff, I guess.
Pull bailiff.
Don't worry about me.
Useless.
But you also have advantage.
Yeah, I mean, attack it while you have advantage.
I mean, I can't even do that much damage to it, so it doesn't really matter.
Bring the creature to...
Get in the fucking water!
What am I supposed to do
Get in the
underwater?
water.
All I have is firebolt.
It's magic fire. It doesn't go out from natural water.
Well, if you're a wizard, like, park the water or something.
Yeah.
Pull a
What is
Moses.
it, Moses?
With what?
I don't know. You're
I don't.
utility
You're the
wizard.
wizard. I just use my hands. I'm sure you can figure out something.
The monk can do it?
Well, anyway.
Okay, I'm going to. Well, okay. I will just do what Cinder will do. And Cinder would attack the creature, I think,
With advantage.
with
Yeah.
advantage.
So,
But I have disadvantage. No, I don't have disadvantage. It has cover. Okay.
does the water fill all the way up to the roof?
Yep. It's completely submerged.
Okay. First one is a 25 to hit.
That's
Okay.
I turned it into an ice cream.
Gets 6 points of damage.
okay.
Whew, wow. Okay.
6 points of blue juning.
And I will stay there.
And you gain 8 temporary hit points.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
More than the damage you did.
More than the damage I did. That's for sure.
All right. For the next dramatic entrance into this combat, Connor. You have so much you're thinking about. What does
Alright.
Connor do?
I'm going into the water
Okay.
again.
Okay, so here's
to
5,
save
10,
my
15.
sister.
Uh-huh. So here's 15.
You do know that I'm attached to a rope.
Yeah.
What do you
Hold the
do?
rope.
And there's light. There's plenty of light around.
I'll move back up. Let me think about
Do
it.
we even know
Alright.
you're unconscious?
I
Nope, you don't.
tug on the rope to see if it
Tugs back.
to see if it'll move at all.
I mean, are you attempting to pull her in?
Yes.
Okay, so
I feel
make a strength athletics check.
I feel something slither in the water and cut it.
Oh god.
Do you have advantage from them using, or I have the rope?
Are you actively pulling on it?
Well, I have like it held, but
He wouldn't have advantage unless you're both pulling on it
okay.
right now.
It doesn't cover around here.
So if you get to your turn and you pull on it,
Oh god.
then you'll both be getting advantage. What'd you get?
3.
3? Okay. You pull on it and you feel like a very large fish is attached to this line, and you feel the shaking and the pulling.
Okay, that's not moving. So I'm gonna get in the water.
Okay, so
You reminded how much you hate fishing.
it was an action to try to pull her in. So you have your movement and your bonus. So here's 5, 10, 15, 25. And that's it?
Yep.
Okay, you're submerged and you have 3 minutes of breath. Valith, make a death saving throw. Go ahead and come up to the tower. Choose the d20 of your choice and drop it in and see what we get.
Okay. Is it an auto fail because I'm drowning?
No.
Okay.
For those of you listening, we have a dice tower that we will make death saving throws on for
Bomb.
people to
Bomb.
see.
Boom.
Oh yeah, we could post pictures of them too.
We
Of
could.
the important
Roll one.
results. Oh, you roll 1. That's 17.
Cool. That's 1 success. If you had run out of air, then no, you wouldn't be making death saves. You'd just be failing them.
Oh,
But you're
because
just
I only-
unconscious and your body's still
You're
holding
drained.
its breath. Yeah. Your body can do pretty crazy things. Does Starlight do anything for his turn?
Can I look at my hand?
Coben.
I feel like I have a pipe
Uh,
in my lap.
Connor tried to pull on the rope. He's a wizard. He's probably not going to be very good at it. But he gave up and jumped in the water, and it's your turn. What do you do? Something serious is
Well, I
happening.
guess I'll fucking pull on it.
Alright. Well, because he let go of it, you don't have advantage, so make a strength athletics check.
Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what else to do. And then pull on it. Oof. Oh, I got 1, so.
A natural 1?
Yep.
Oh no.
I'll just slip.
Which rope is being used?
My
It
rope.
is.
It was
I
mine.
thought it was the extra.
No, it was mine because remember I said I pull out my rope and I hand you an end of it,
Oh,
and then I dropped my rope when I punched him, and then you used my rope to tie yourself up.
It's just regular hempen
just a
or
hemp rope.
Okay.
Standard ass shit.
So you pull, and Cinder, you are right next to the rope where it kind of rounds that corner, and you see a part of it kind of in the water as it grinds against the edge of that wall. It's not broke, but it could. if
But
it
it's
were.
fraying.
Yeah, it's fraying. So there's your action. You want to do anything else?
I guess I could do honesty. If it wasn't filled to the top, or is it completely submerged?
Wait, question.
Hmm.
Could Bailey gain temporary hit points? Will that bring her back to life?
Temporary hit points don't bring you to consciousness.
Oh, okay.
Her death is very peaceful right now, though.
Yeah.
Because of that aura.
it's very peaceful.
I think she just went to bed. She's so tired.
Oh god, I'm so exhausted.
Yep, I think that's just it.
Okay.
I cannot really do anything.
Envy, it is technically your turn, but I'm going to back up for a second.
And then, Coben, you gain 8 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Temporary hit points. Yeah, that. You are walking up the steps of the Dawn Fathers Cathedral in the Free City, and it is a rainy but warm summer's eve, and you haven't felt this bad in months, and you know that what you're about to do is going to be very difficult. And as you open the large doors, it's the middle of the night, as you open the large doors, the candlelight from within spills out onto the rainy street, and you are the only soul in sight. You know, somewhere off in one of those side chambers is the person you're dreading to see, dreading to ask for help, but you know that she's there. And you slowly make your way to one of the closer pews, and your legs just kind of give out and you sit. You know that she'll be here soon, but You don't know when. And you're just tired. And you begin to kind of fall asleep. You've fallen asleep in similar places before. Yeah, your eyes are kind of heavy. But there's a warm, comforting presence about this place. Envy, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to...
You know, dragon would have been a really good name for her too.
Her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dragon noodle.
Alright, so if I go my speed forward,
Okay.
is there any way that I can see Bailiff?
No, not unless you take a dash, because here's... Oops, that's not you. 5, 10, 15, 20,
25, 30.
25, 30. You can see Cinder.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up there anyways.
Okay.
Oh, near the light on your snack, follow you.
That's true.
And then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. You would.
Well, you know, that's what I do. I'm a spellcaster. I can cast spells.
How long can you hold your breath?
I can hold it for 8 minutes.
Jesus.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
4, I believe.
4?
Yeah.
1
but-
plus your con?
Yep.
Okay.
Easy.
Fell for that.
I know. Honestly,
What?
some of his characters it could be believable.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's built some pretty.
I'm gonna heal Cinder for 6 points.
What are you using?
A healing word.
As a verbal component?
It sure does.
Ooh,
Jumps
is it?
out of the water. And
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to tell you this before then that you do that. If a spell has a verbal component, you lose one of those minutes. Because you have to speak into the water.
Oh god.
So you can choose to lose one of those minutes. If you're on your last minute and you cast a verbal spell, then your next turn you begin drowning. Because you're at 0. But you have to expend some of the breath. But.
It's only 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So you cry out through the water, and Cinder, you hear that, but you would expect a muffled voice, but that muffled is actually cut, and you hear as if she was speaking right next to you. A comforting word. What do you say?
Comforting word.
Comforting word.
He comforted my child.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I'm creeped out.
No, not yet. You lose health.
I take mental. I gain health, but I take psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
Actually, no, you don't hear anything. You just hear almost like a calming, like humming.
Mm.
Like vocalizing?
Yeah.
Very nice. Is it your voice?
It's 8 points.
Sirens!
Oh no. Is it the end of your turn? Oh, and how much did you heal her?
6.
Yeah.
6 points.
Okay.
Sing,
the end of
sing.
your
Yeah.
Is the tablet? Something wrong with the tablet?
I'm trying to charge it.
Okay. It is the creature's turn.
Yo, bitch. I just peek around. Basically, I peek around the edge. Yo, bitch.
What a.
And I shoot and I punch it with my elongated strikes.
Yeah. Sure. You can see it let go of Valeth.
That's right.
She just starts to food.
I say something mean to it. I don't. That wouldn't be what Cinder does.
It is amorphous. It's not actually between those two spaces. So it's going to squeeze here and then plop in this space. So you see rushing around from the left side of the corner this bright,
Okay.
amorphous, sort of humanoid-esque shape blaze and stretch around the corner and then all of a sudden engulf you and Connor.
Ew.
I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
It's not supposed to do that.
It's okay, it's in my range now.
Excuse it.
Yay.
It's not supposed to be here.
I know, right?
Saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
Got this.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. What did you get, Connor? Constitution saving throw.
It's targeting him or one of his duplicates.
It's an area. It's not
Target all of them.
it's not an attack.
It eats all the duplicates.
Oh, Rally.
Auto parts.
Woo!
4.
Okay,
Did you roll 1? Oh.
so you take 7 points of bludgeoning, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning.
Temporary hit points.
Yeah, so as this creature envelops your space, it seems to madly thrash around and not quite. It seems to be a little confused as to how to handle you in its space as it tries to push past, as if like it wasn't stopping there. But as it moved through you and kind of pummeled through you, it reaches up out of the water and makes an attack against Coben. It seems very frantic. 16. Does that hit you?
I'll double check.
I have you at
I had
17.
17.
So no. You see that watery hand reach out and try to grab you, Coben, and it misses you in a very haphazard way. Cinder, it is your
Can
turn.
you move the camera up so I can see what I can see up there?
Yup.
Nothing. Okay.
Nada.
Well, I'm going to grab Bailiff,
Okay. You have Aleph.
and hopefully this is aided for the fact that we're floating in water,
Cool.
that I can drag her.
Yep. You can drag her the same speed as if you're swimming, so
Cool.
doesn't slow down.
Is it just part of my move action to grab her and drag her with me?
Just free, yeah.
Cool.
You're just tailing her.
And I'm going to move back to Swears
Okay.
so that I'm here.
Okay.
Since it's occupied, can I hit it?
Yeah. And you would be considered flanking.
Cool.
You already have advantage, so.
Cool.
You sure do.
Cool. Has it been making it saves?
It doesn't make it. It only makes one.
Oh, I thought it made saves at the end of each of its turns.
Oh.
It's like a all or nothing. If it succeeds in the first, then it's not fairy fired. But if it fails that first one, it's always fairy fired.
For
And however long the spell lasts, yeah.
crappy. Okay. I'm going to do a thing. Okay. I will make an attack and then use my bonus action to make a second attack
Okay.
with my unarmed strike.
Okay.
I will do a dirty 20 for the first one and a 10 for the second.
And the dirty 20 hits.
Okay. And did we decide that my quarterstaff does not count as an underwater weapon, right?
No.
Then 8 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as I strike out again.
Yeah, it begins to move more and more frantically.
Not hitting us.
Make an insight check now that you are dealing with it in this more frantic state.
23.
23? Wow, that's pretty good. Although you have never encountered water elementals per se, maybe you don't have a lot of experience with them, this creature is acting as though it's mad. It's frenzied, it's not acting normal.
Like, does it remind me of the Earth Elemental?
No. This doesn't seem intelligent. It seems like it's just frenzied. Yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Yeah, I imagine that because she's connected to water and she's in the stance, that she can almost feel its emotions in the water around her.
Yeah.
Like just intuit, like that connection with it. She can feel it. But
Excellent.
I'm dragging the actually, question. Because I don't have really any actions or anything left. But so Valith can't regain hit points underwater because she can't breathe.
Yeah.
Would that be negated if I gave her a breath? Like if I sacrificed a minute to give her a minute?
I'd say yeah, but it would take an action to do so.
But I have to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I
Connor,
already spent my actions.
you are being buffeted by a torrent of water and frenzy and fury, and you are inside this maelstrom of underwater activity. At the start of your turn, I need you to make a concentration check. So this is a Constitution saving throw, just to see if you can hold on to a minute of air while you're being buffeted around.
What do I add to that?
It's just a Constitution saving throw.
Your con mod.
Okay, 11.
11? Okay. You don't lose a minute of air, so you keep your composure. What do you do for your turn?
I'm going to see if Firebolt will work.
Okay. You'll have disadvantage, but advantage because it's fairy fired. So straight roll for that. You're inside the creature, by the way.
17.
Okay.
Shoots himself in the face.
That hits. Roll damage.
Almost rolled the d20. 1 fire damage.
Okay. So a pocket of superheated bubbles erupts within the creature, and you deal it 1 point of fire damage.
I was like, ooh, that's my indigestion right there.
Yep, it's a little gassy. You want to move?
Should not have ate that monk earlier.
We're spicy.
She's spicy.
All that Thai food.
Well, it seems to be going the way that I want to go, so I'm going to wait for it to get out of the water.
Okay.
Is it gonna get out of the water? You don't
Make an insight check.
Okay. Inside.
I could also consider an intelligence insight as well.
So add my.
Are you
intelligence.
proficient in insight?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be your intelligence mod plus your proficiency. So,
You could use whatever your history check is, because you're proficient in history, right?
yeah. You can use either insight or intelligence.
Then it would be
Insight.
18.
18. You think that ending your turn here might be detrimental to your health.
You've been studying its patterns for what?
Yeah. It is a torrent of energy that is constantly, like, pummeling you.
Then I will get
You're
out.
stuck in a wash.
Okay, where do you want to move?
Down
so mad
as far
because
as
he's on the
possible.
thing.
Okay,
He's
so
gonna be on the
5,
thing.
10,
Yeah.
15,
She says, I want to be on the
20,
thing.
25, 30. Right there would get you to 30. Now let me scoot you over and move to Starlight. You're going to take an attack of opportunity, though. From the creature. Does a 15 hit you? You still have your mage armor on? So what's your AC right now?
15.
Doesn't it have mirror image too?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Roll a d20 and see if it's one of your dupes.
Haha! I rolled that.
19.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so as the creature reaches out and tries to grab you as well, it grabs one of your duplicates and it vanishes and you get away. You do not take any
Nice.
damage. Bailiff, come to the tower.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Connor needs his temporary hit points.
Oh, right. Sure.
You get 9.
9.
Yay! I now have 16. Boom.
Do they stack?
I don't know.
I don't think
They
temporary
don't stack.
The temporary hit points don't stack. So
That's why I haven't been. That's why I'm just making sure everyone gets 1.
yeah.
Okay. Boom.
Boom.
Ooh, that's a 7.
Oh, it's a failure.
Yay!
Yay!
You are.
I think though, if you roll higher, then you can take the higher temps instead, though.
Yeah.
So like if they had 6 and you rolled an 8, then they could take the 8.
Yeah. That makes sense. You are jostled awake by a small shake to your shoulders and a very familiar feminine voice. They, and you're shaken awake, and you've fallen asleep on the front of the pew where you had come in. A concerned Teresa looks down at you, and she brushes your wet hair out of your face, and she kind of gives you a sad look, but not pity, but like an understanding sad. And she helps you to your feet, and you're led into one of the back chambers. And her voice is distant, like it's almost heard through a tin can of some sort, like it's very distant, and she begins to ask you many questions as she's beginning to kind of undress you, go through the motions. And you know that this isn't the first time maybe you've seen her in this state, or she's seen you in this state, and it's almost down to a ritual of yours. And the scene kind of begins to fade, but the look in her eyes remains. You can recall vividly as your vision begins to fade, just the look of not quite pity, but not pity.
Disappointment.
Maybe, but not a non-judgmental disappointment.
Of course not.
Does Starlight do anything?
Starlight will get temporary hit points.
Uh-huh.
Can Starlight hold its... Oh, it's magical.
Got
Oh,
6.
it's not magical.
Cool. Coben.
I'm gonna attack it.
Can Starlight hold
Roll
its
it.
Yeah.
You are, yep, you have advantage. 'cause
And I'm
of
rolling
the-
my specialty, so I get 2 attacks.
Yep. And both of them, yeah,
I have
since you're
advantage.
rolling 2, yep.
So 4 d20s.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I imagine Starlight's
Wait,
like other
what?
insects and
Do-
just keeps a
do
bubble of
one-
water with it.
Do
Or
one
air.
attack at a time, though.
Like spiders
Yeah,
do.
that way you know what you're...
Oh, 1924 on the first one.
Okay, it's always like...
Ow. And the second one, 24 again.
Okay,
Through
Cool.
the nose.
Good job.
so 2 hits.
Actually, probably through their feet. Because I think that's how caterpillars breathe.
So,
So the first one does 8,
Insects breathe through their feet.
and then the second one
I know they smell their blood.
does 5.
Okay.
Or, wait, yeah, 5.
So whipping out
Oh, it's so cool.
Oh man, he whips it out.
Is it dead?
through the water elemental, you slash out, bracing yourself on the step as to not lose your grip. You slice into the creature, and at first it doesn't seem like anything happens, but almost like a slow motion jello kind of slice, it kind of falls and it kind of just dissipates into the water, and nothing is left, and the threat is gone.
So
Good
I
job.
immediately drag Valeth up the
Yeah.
stairs
I come out of the water
and out of the water
Starlight does. Starlight moon fade.
and turn her into a recovery position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he okay. So he's just invisible. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me
cemetery goes hard.
Hell yeah, good job.
Yeah,
Is that what you call it?
What?
Eat trash, beat trash.
So, in the time that things are moving, I want one more death save from you.
If it's a 1, we're in trouble.
Oh, sorry, one song.
If it's a 1, she's in trouble.
Yay!
It's a 19.
Okay.
Oh.
So you drag Valeth up.
Yes.
She's laying there unconscious.
On her side.
Yep. So she doesn't, choke or aspirate water. Yeah. What do you guys do? You have
That-
moments.
Is entirely what I'll just pour. Envy's taking her time getting out of the water. I just pour a healing potion down her throat.
Okay. Roll that health. 2d4 plus 4. 2d4 plus 2. Sorry.
What? 2d4? I heard 2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 2.
Have I already rolled it?
Uh-huh.
Wait, was she drowning?
No,
Not quite.
almost.
5 points of health.
I will take it.
As I-
You hear a gasp and a sputter as water comes flying toward your face.
No, it doesn't, because she's upset. She's on her side.
Splashes your already wet boots, and you come to consciousness, and you look up at the face of your sister, who has elven ears and is totally not your sister.
And you just hear.
You come to.
Where is it? Oh, sorry.
No.
Cinder. Oh, God.
Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. Nothing gets hard. I just need like a second, and then I'll go back in after. Okay.
I think now is a good time to take a long rest.
Sorry, I was
Not
listening to
exactly
geese.
here.
Honestly, this might be the best place to rest.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the one room, but in the fire room. At least
Yes.
it's warm.
In the
The bug room.
Yeah, I'll be there.
This. I don't know what it was. I don't remember.
Maybe we left like.
So, do you guys go to the fire beetle room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as you take a moment to gather yourself, gather your things, does he fade from the moon fade? Is he back? Okay. Yeah, you guys notice Starlight suddenly just kind of fades from view for a while, and then slowly fades back as Valeth is, you're kind of going through your things, and then all of a sudden this caterpillar just kind of apparates on your lap, and a deep red, kind of shifting more toward a yellow, red, orange, yellow, red.
Can I get do an insight to? I want to try and learn these colors.
same.
Thing is fast, honey. No idea.
Me too.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Never mind.
You're not sure. It seems to kind of. It regards you as a strange creature. It doesn't really have facial expression, but it did apparate on your lap.
I try to scritch it under the chin.
Yeah, it kind of accepts it, but just kind of keeps crawling up your chest, eventually making its way towards your pack.
It goes towards your wound and turns green.
It's gonna eat all your rations too.
It can try, but I gave you all my rations because they were too heavy.
So, describe how you guys set up for a long rest. What does that look like?
We're gonna gather our things that we had taken off.
Yep.
For one.
Yes.
I assume you guys just pile these.
I'll probably be the one piling the bodies.
Yeah, I think we pour. I like put 1 or 2 into the feeding to like encourage, recycling.
Uh-huh. Sure.
They need a little bit of extra nutrition.
I would like to scavenge those.
Now you do that. I say as I walk away, and I set my
Fine.
bedroll up and I lay down
I move the bug out
with
of the
my back
feed
against
trough.
the wall,
Okay.
like in the corner, preferably is where I want to be.
Okay.
Why are you taking my corner?
There's 2 corners.
Yeah. You can lay like near me, like we can share the corner. I just don't want to be near the open door.
I'll be near the open door.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of no open door.
I take the bug out.
Of the trough.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the larvae have more or less ignored it.
Cinder is going to not rest in this room. In fact, she's gonna sit towards the edge of the water.
Okay.
And since she is aware when she meditates, kind of in between those 2 alcoves, she would just kind of take up a meditative position in between those, and I will go into a trance. One back.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should definitely set up watch.
Can I use my mess kit during the long rest and cook something?
Yep.
Sweet.
You don't want to just eat the larva soup?
What do you make?
I'm not just something out of the rations. It's better than rations.
Okay. Let's see how creative you are then. You can make a survival check or a performance check. Your choice.
Survival or performance. 14.
14? Yeah. It's kind of a mash.
A mashed potato.
Kind of. You didn't think that you could possibly get much out of dehydrated meats and other hard tacks, but add some water and some spice and you get kind of maybe some oil in a pan, fry them up like little mashy fried cakes. They're not bad.
Better.
And add a little bit of beetle flavors.
Yeah, I'm the one cooking here,
Little
buddy.
spice?
No spice. Die from indigestion.
Mark off
So-
the ration.
Yeah, everybody mark off the ration if they haven't. Yeah, Coben's cooking.
Wait, why do we have to mark up the ration if he's cooking for everyone?
I mean, you can mark off however many rations for how many people you're cooking. You guys can handle this yourselves.
Yeah.
A day's worth of rations have been consumed per person. Wherever that's
I have
coming
like
from.
20 because you gave me all the years.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is.
I would like to
You're just taking one off though.
check and see how close those larvae are to being dangerous. Making a nature check.
Okay.
Better not be touching my larva.
Now it's nice and warm and cozy.
I set up dragon chest.
Dragon chest?
What'd you get?
You don't want the dragon chest.
Not like an actual.
18.
18?
That's enough.
You think that they are about, to your best guesstimation, 9 days from reaching maturity.
Yo, right there, buddy.
Yeah, about 9 days. They're about the size, like the size of your palm. They're just little blobs almost, with tiny little black or dark gray mouths that kind of almost leech around and consume the sludge, the goop. So this is the perfect time for a real life break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll see if you guys have succeeded
Did you see
on a long rest. Until then, goodbye.
Did you see Noodle?
No.
My temporary hit
Okay.
points gone.
Yeah, temporary
She's
hit
in my
points are
bag.
gone, but we'll have a long rest. We'll get our
Oh.
Well, I'm so full, Sabrina.